Afternoon, Shaggy SoCal Tool for Forza, and second race, or the final race that we're gonna have at in this Cadillac V-Series.R is at Watkins, Glen. So I'm just gonna go straight into the laps here. I'll run a couple of laps, then I'll do a slower kind of track guide as far as what I'm trying to do, what I'm looking at, and then I'm gonna run a practice race because clearly I need it based off of what happened at VIR. I'm still going to run without the braking line. Just again, it's an experiment. I know Watkins Glen well enough, so let's see what we do here. Okay, so got the tune on, so I'm going to make sure that at least for the guide part, yep, mediums with half fuel. Go ahead and start race. Let's go ahead and run a few laps here. I think I'll do a little bit better at Watkins Glen than VIR, but who knows? Just again, the tire barrier, still fifth gear. Drop it to fourth if you want. That's probably a little more curving than that. On the front straightaway. I don't know what number board it is. I'm looking at the pit wall on the right. As soon as I see the red go out of view, that's when I brake and put it in third, fourth. Use a lot of the curving there if you want. Okay, so I'm looking for the first light pole here on the left side. Shallow hand. Use a lot of the inside curving. A little too much speed. Probably need to put that in fourth. Guard do the work. The guard, I say the guard stand, the corner worker stand there. Here in. And the toe of the boot. Break between the two and the one board. That was probably a little late there. So two boards probably the safe bet. You could probably break a little bit later there. Third gear, fourth gear. I'm looking for the signage on the left side. That's not there. Okay. That's interesting. Again, I ran some laps last night. There's signage there. There's something there that I was seeing at night. That's not there right now. So take another look at that. So I gotta find something else in the daytime. Get it through there. Probably use a little more of the exit curve. Run one more lap. So again, I'm looking at the pit wall on the inside and where it ends, where the red stops. There is a braking board there on the left side. I just don't know which one it is. And that turn could have been a little better. That first light pole on the left side, just before the ambulance. There's a lot of the inside curving on the way out. That's a little better. Probably hug the inside a little bit more. I'm probably just firing it in there a little quick. So second braking board on the left side. We'll have to see what that looks like at night. Because there was something else I was looking at that was easy to spot as I was heading down towards that braking zone. Brush brake at the 200 board, turn the car in. Okay, you can brake down to fourth here if you want, and then on the way out. Okay, so let's do kind of the track walk, at least what I'm looking for since I don't have the braking line on. So coming down the front straightaway, what I'm looking for is you can see the Fizzy Pop signage there on the inside that's all nice and red. As that goes out of view, that's where I'm braking. It also looks like that lines up if you're looking at braking boards on the fence here on the left side. Let's see, we go, yep. So if you're looking for braking boards, you're probably going to be the second braking board. So the 300 board, you know, if you're brave, if you're on a controller, you might be able to brake between the 3 and the 200. You might be able to brake as late as the 200. Again, at least for the brake pressures I'm running and my confidence level, it's probably going to be closer to the 3 based off of where the pit signage ends there on the right side. But for me, down to third gear, maybe fourth gear, turn in, use a lot of the inside curbing, roll out, and you can use a lot of this curbing here. So the track limits is actually is on where the curbing meets the runoff area here. So you can use quite a bit of it before you're going to get dinged. I kind of like straddling it a bit. You know, we'll see how I do. I'll probably be doing this most of the time, and then drop it off late to head up into the NBSs here. So apex here, still full throttle. Gently bring the car back across. Apex there. And I'm using the apex. I'm hitting the curbing here. Most times I probably won't be on that curbing at all. Let the car back out to the left side. Now what I'm looking for, and I can barely see it now, but I'm looking for I'm looking for the light poles here on the left side. I'm looking for the first one. That's the easiest thing to spot against the blue sky. Once I get my eyes on that at least gives me that reference point of where I'm braking at as I approach. It seems to line up with the 400 board. The other thing that I would notice is you'll see the EMS ambulance just past it. That's a little too late. So if you can see that light pole and get that, you know that's about where you're going to need to brake, and then you can just kind of, again, if you can't see the braking line because you're drafting somebody, try and spot that. So again, brake. Now I've been going in here in fifth, and fourth may actually be, again, it's about getting the weight on the front tires and to help the car turn in. Yeah, I had posted a video from Renger van der Zand, who drives the Cadillac V-Series.R, or at least last year he did. I think he still does this year. But he was talking about going through the bus stop where the curbing on the right side, so this right entry curbing and then the right exit curbing, that he really doesn't abuse that at all. He stays off that, but he uses a lot of the inside curbing. So I was trying to figure out kind of like what he meant by that, and I think part of it might just be that if you're using a lot of the inside curbing, I'm not sure if it was that it unsettles the car or it puts him at an angle where he really can't then get the line out. So I'm still experimenting with that. So at least maybe I might just put a little right sides on that curbing, but then yeah, I'm going to try and use a lot of this inside curbing here, keep the car shallow, bring it back, use a lot of the curbing here, and then this one's easier to miss on the way out. We'll let the car come out. It should be full throttle right about where the tire bundles end here on the left side. I'm just gonna release completely release the throttle and turn the car in, and just let the gearing slow the car down, let gravity and the scrub slow the car down to get the car into the carousel. I'm going to be looking for the corner worker shack here on the inside. As far as if I've got the line right, as I'm getting to it, I should be able to roll back into full throttle for the exit without worrying about going off. So let the car come out all the way to the left side. I'll get on the exit curbing here, bring the car back across to the right. Again, there's a drainage cover right here. That still is a great reference point as far as braking for the next corner getting into the boot. So brake here, I'll probably drop it down a gear, turn in. You know, the TV tower is kind of not really on the apex, a little bit before it. Hug the inside, see the corner worker shack, bring the car out, go ahead and use the exit curbing here, bring the car back across. Braking for me for the toe of the boot it's about halfway between the 2 and the 100 board. And if I get it right, it is kind of a brake to the inside, down to third gear. I've not been right on the inside a lot, but I'm usually about mid-track. I'm trying to keep it to the inside if I can. Roll back in, third gear, fourth gear. All right, heading down this short straight. And again, I did run laps last night, and there was something, there was some sort of signage here. There was something that I could see that kind of lined up with the 200 board. We'll have to see if it pops up again. And again, it's just trying to pick out shapes that I can see quickly to help me know where I got to brake. But really coming down the short stretch here, when you see the braking boards, even if you can't read the numbers at speed, it is 300, 200, 100, so it's the second board. So as you get to the second board here on the left, 200, brake, brake, brake. For me, this is still a third gear turn. Go ahead and turn in. Let the car come out to the left side. You can use a little bit of the exit curving. Bring it back across. No real help here. I usually get the car back to the right side. Braking, the two things I kind of key off of is during the daytime, you can see kind of where the catch fence ends on the left side. At night, what it's easier to see is you'll see the light there. So as I pass that light, and then you can kind of see it, and it's actually even more visible at night with the lighting, but you can kind of see the lines going across the track, kind of like, think of it like where people have hit the brakes and they've scraped their splitters in the asphalt, and it's left kind of a little indent or a little scuff mark. You can kind of see that there. So it's just past the end of the catch fence, and just as you're getting to these bumps, it's brake, brake, brake. And usually I'm notoriously late turning in for this one. Get to the car to the inside. I spot the TV tower outside there to help guide me out. You can use a little bit of the exit curving, try to keep it neat and tidy. Car's on the right side. Then down the final couple of corners, I'm using the 200 board. So the second board here on the right, as far as the little brush brake to turn in. The TV tower there, the crane, is a good apex reference to get the car to the inside. Let the car come back out. Again, I can't do it flat. I know Ranger had said in his, it's like, I almost take it flat. I can't do it flat. And it's probably because I'm on the hard tire compound. Bring it back to the left. Braking for the final corners, just where the tire bundles end there on the left side. Again, this is another one. This is going to be probably my issue, is you don't have any wiggle room here on the left. So be careful how far you bring the car back over to set up for the final corner. Because again, you drop the tires on the left side, you're going to have a bad time. But it is brake, fifth gear. You can probably do it in fifth. If you want to have a little bit better steering input, drop it to fourth. Down to the apex, cross the pit entry road and out. Use the exit curving here and back onto the front stretch. So that's a lap of Watkins Glen. Very fast, very flowing track. So I would, and definitely going to be a great track for drafting. This one, I don't think we've ever had a bad race here where there hasn't, where we haven't had good racing at this track. There's just something about the flowing nature of it. It's got some challenging corners, but it really promotes good racing, as long as we practice good racing. So with that, I'm going to attempt again to do a practice race without the braking line, and we'll see if I do. Well, I'll put it this way. Hopefully I do better than I did at VIR. I mean, VIR I finished last, so I don't think I can do any worse, but let's see what we can do here. What I'll do is I'm going to exit. Let's go to event menu. Actually, what I'm going to do here is, that's fine. Again, for technical reasons, because of issues with Twitch streaming through the Xbox Series S and some audio bitrate compression or whatever upload issues that nobody seems to want to fix. I'm going to pause the stream really quick to kind of mitigate any chance of having, really bad static towards the end of the stream. So just bear with me for a second. Live streaming. Pause. And resume. All right, now that I've done that, I've now got to reset the okay, and because I want to make sure I get the right leaderboard settings at the top. I'm just going to go ahead and reset and set up a new race. All right, advanced event setup. We're still at Watkins. Yeah, I'm still going to run the Caddy. And nope. Circuit race. Race length, that's fine. Watkins Glen, full circuit. I'm going to run 21 laps. And we'll go random. Rolling 24, weather, random. Let's see if we can get there. Track rubber on, and driver tires. All the driver tires. Expert rules, we're going to go custom. I just want fuel and tires only. Full penalty. I'm going to, after the horrible officiating at VIR, I'm going to bump that back to moderate, because I think, again, with the most recent update, I think some of the context seems to be a little too ticky-tacky. And actually, well, I need to go back. I want to look at the incidents I got penalized for at VAR going, I don't know what I could have done. Standing start, random, that's all good. End of race timer, no. Compare number of mandatory pit stops, 1. Okay. That should do it. Okay, no rain, no rain. No rain. Ooh, and it's raining. Tell us about Watkins Glen, nice lady.
Racing on local public roads ended in 1956 when the Watkins Glen Road Course opened, immediately attracting top international race events and champion drivers.
Very nice, but again, night, rain, no. When was it starting? 10 p.m.? 10, ooh, you know what? All right, so what we're going to do is, I don't want the rain, but 10 p.m. start time, driving through the night, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Because clearly I need to work on my night driving without the braking line. So let's go event setup. Starting time, night, we'll leave that. Weather, rainstorm, no rain. Yes. Drizzle, still, drizzle, no. Because that's still going to mess with, even though there's no wet tires, it's still going to mess with grip. Thin haze. I can deal with thin haze. Thin haze is good. All right, so the car, let's go fuel and tire. Medium, hard compound, okay. And again, just, the tune I've shared, again, it is just Forza Tune Pro with my own kind of tweaks as far as the gearing. 140 brake pressure. Again, the Forza Tune kind of recommends higher downforce here. Again, I'm running 140 brake pressure and 60% on the degree rotation, so that it's like 540. So that's that. But now that we've got all that done, let's go ahead and start race and see how badly I do here. Pick up the reference points. Now the same thing here, it's going to be harder for me to let them, since I'm on the inside, it's going to be really tough for me to let them by, but I'm going to try and do that. Get way over. There we go. So again, because at night, the way the lighting, it's easier to spot the red on the right side to know where to brake. Plus it's also, at least for there, it also keeps my eyes looking into the right side, so I'm already kind of looking towards where the apex is. And here's where they're probably going to be a little slow. Excuse me. Okay, spot that light. Brake a lot earlier because they're braking a lot earlier. Race is interesting. check that. Yeah, see, that's weird. Okay, so that must be a difference between race and test drive as far as what markers are out there. All right, so hopefully, all right, there are banners. I wasn't lying. There are actually banners out there on the left side there that aren't there in test drive or probably meetup, which is interesting. So I'll point them out again when we get there. This thing about Watkins Glen, it's a little bit better lit. Thank you, Danny. Or at least Danny's driver time. He's really slow. High downforce prototype cars. You should be able to take the S's flat. I'm going to take a look. You can kind of see the banners there on the left side. There's braking. That was almost sideswiping the wall. Howling Coyote's probably going to be a little slow because everybody has to check up. Try to find that light on the left side. There it is. Be the best place to pass the AI. Got a little better. Again, you can use a lot of the exit curving there if you need to. Cut that turn a little bit more. expecting it. The hit came a little bit later than I expected. So the other thing, I pointed out the drain cover on the right side. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Turn, 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 turn. Setting up to go into the boot. If you can't see that, there is a light off on the right side as well. You know, one of these Musco lighting rigs that you can also kind of use, that if that's going out of view, you know, it's probably a good place to use to brake. Normally I think I can do that to fit, but a little close to the left side there. Side, so expect that light there by the mold tool sign. You can kind of use that as well at night if you can't see the manhole cover or the drainage, the cement. Ooh, big lunge by Coyote. Nicely done. As I go into the grass. Nope. Sorry, you shall not pass. Alright, so I'm going to take the normal line, and here comes... Hey, it's Rick. That was a bad line. Don't do that line. Light, there it is. You can see the banners there on the left side, the vertical banners. If you can spot those getting down there, you know, the braking board's pretty well lit as well at night. Still flirting with the outside grass there. With it. Just a little bit because I want to run. Didn't get the run right. This is going to be sketchy. toe. Well, maybe not, because that was really bad turn. So we'll set up for the heel then. Get a good run out of here. Up in the draft. The inside, there we go. Go a little bit defensive here because I'm not out of the draft. So need to go defensive again because 4/10, he's going to draft up on me here. So kind of angled out to the right there. I'm leaning on the front, so I want to see how. So look at the banners here on the left side. So you can see that first banner is just past the braking board that you'll brake at. So if you can spot the banners easier than the braking board, that first one can be your guide. Still flirting with the grass there. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before I push a little too much. Do the same thing here. We'll pit on lap 11. Actually, no, we'll pit on the end of lap 10. Just need to give it a little bit of break. Went a little too hot with the carousel. Missed the braking. Light, banner. Seconds to the guy in front. We're going to box this lap anyway. That's a little bit late. Okay, so drop it to fourth, and then just keep it to the inside, and fire it straight in. It's a relatively easy pit entry. You just might want to, if you got somebody right behind you, you might just want to say, hey, I'm pitting, so that they know. They don't try to dive underneath you when you want to bring the car back over. Where the game releases the car on pit exit, it's going to put the car kind of straddling the pit entry line. Just do your best to try and, at least either keep it there or bring it back to the right a little bit, until it ends. See, once the wrench out there, just keep it to the right, and then, get through the first corner there. You can do it flat out, and then you're back on the racing line. We're in 10. Let's see if we can make up some more spots here. Hopefully the sun should start coming up in a little bit. So yeah, the breaking point there is at night. You can see how the light and the shadows are. So there's a really dark shadow right before you get into where the lighting lights up the corner. So you can use that as a reference as far as braking there. Wide. Just gonna deal with it. Okay. Headlights at this point would still be beneficial, Forza. Should only be for a lap though, but you can see the banners more clearly there. So I can still use that braking here. A little bit more conservative, just because it's a little harder to see. better. Wow, the braking boards on the left are a little bit difficult to see right now. Okay, we're in drafting range of Brandon Mafia, so let's see what we can, oh, the driver cars are very aggressive into the bus stops. I don't know how well I'm gonna... I was trying to time the crossover and just got there a little too soon. We're setting up the Gil Laboot again. Oh, maybe not. Excuse me. Still got a pit. So he's racing, we're racing, but it's really Thought I was gonna get a track limit violation now. That was at the ambulance. That just seems a little too late for me. So yeah, it looks like it's really, for consistency's sake, that light pole is still probably going to be the best bet. Big pack of cars back there. There's the wall. Okay, so we're in ninth. I'm guessing we'll probably pick up at least one or two more spots just on the pit cycle. Out of the groove, come on. Turn, 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 turn. grip in the rub it in part of the track. Yeah, I'm braking more at the second board there on the left. Pushing a little wide. Done. And it looks like Rick's tires are up to 10 because he's not starting the game. Playing drafting range yet, so see what I can do to keep him that far back. Oh shit. That was brain fart by me. I looked up at intervals at completely the wrong time. Up at the interval at completely the wrong time, lost track of my braking point, and then realized it too late. So, okay, so don't check intervals. It's like, check the interval once you get onto the back straight, but not halfway down it. Practice. And only a couple laps left. I'm not going to catch Rick, but I should at least pick up 10. Electric still has to pit. Oh, that's going to be a time penalty. How much do you think? 2 seconds? Oh, only 6 tenths. Okay, don't check the leaderboard. Don't check the leaderboard. In the pits, so there's at least I got a top 10. Let's see how much of the gap I can make up on Team Shop there. Certainly not going to make up any gap if I'm banging the road. Almost did it again. A little too early to the inside and just push wide. Can't see the tire, the difference in the tire bearers there on the outside.
One more lap.
Put a good one in here. Make the last lap the fastest. There it is. So yeah, definitely, I think I can race with the braking line off at Watkins Glen a lot easier than I can at VIR. But that's the race. Again, 37:05 on a 21 lap race. It might be 19, it might be 20 laps, but you know that's in the ballpark. So with that, I'm going to call it a close and enjoy the rest of my Easter Sunday. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you on Thursday night. Happy racing.